Hello again. It's a pleasure to be back, and I come back this week with my voice, which has been struggling the last couple of weekends trying to record this for you. So slightly stronger vocal cords today, and I hope it stays that way. Of course, north of the border here, I'm not sure how many listeners and watchers I have south of the border, but of course we're into the season of burns. And I've always tended to throw something in, which is just a reminder of what this week's all about. And of course, burn suppers are kicking in all over the place. Although I've been led to believe, sadly, they're not as popular as they maybe once were, but that's by the by. So it's Burns Week for us here, and I hope you enjoyed that famous song of Burns, "My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose," which you've just heard pre-service. So we're off to a good start, I hope. At least I hope it's recorded. And but moving on, let me officially say good morning. For those new testing the waters with me, my name is the Reverend John Mitchell, and I've always to remind myself, retired Minister of the Church of Scotland. Welcome to worship with me and my personal channel. If you're round about my age, which I won't mention, I had a birthday of as another zero just about 5-6 weeks ago. But there used to be a weekly programme on television called That Was the Week That Was. It was a sort of light-hearted look at the previous week's politics and, from memory, other things. Now, I'm sure in connection with that theme, this past week has gone, they would have had a field day as far as weather predicting is concerned. We will all remember this last week, in fact, the last couple of weeks, the devastation left behind by the destructive force of nature. I've never known winds, at least in my time on this earth. Of course, sadly, some lost their lives, others completely lost their property, and fear was evident in the midst of ferocious winds. Of course, now we're left to pick up the pieces. It's almost the story of life itself. Storms rage against us, and then follows relative calm. The damage, however, can remain permanent, and that can happen also with our faith in God. Life can leave us scarred, and faith becomes weak, sometimes broken. And my experience in ministry with people when this sort of thing happens has witnessed faith turn angry with God. In fact, some never come back to the faith, as it's been a waste of time for them, so they say. But over the years, the church itself has suffered, what with less attending, and as an article midweek spoke of buildings no longer in use, and there are more closures, sadly, to come. Pushing that to aside, may God generate within us a regenerated faith during this time together. So may we find his presence, both a comfort and a strength. We sing together then that first hymn in our service today, and the great hymn that still exceptionally popular, Amazing Grace.